Hello, I'm Robbie Clark. Welcome to my workshop. I've decided to start the project up of making my PM research engine. I've had this for quite a while. It was bought for me by my wife last Christmas, so it's been rather a long time in making a start on it. And I was at that point. I did show it the engine earlier on, but said I was going to wait for slightly better weather to make a start. It's obviously going to be a very long project because there's a huge amount of work involved in making even quite a simple little engine like this. But I'll bring you in and show you I'll show you the kit again and what I'm going to do first. Bear with me just a second. Well, this is the kit as it comes. It's a mixture of different materials used in this. There's the base for the engine, the flywheel and cylinder. These parts are cast in bronze, so that's going to be an interesting thing to machine. I mean, I've machined a lot of brass, but I've never machined bronze before, so that's going to be quite interesting to do. There's also some other bronze parts here as well. The cam, the crank, the caps here which go on the ends of the cylinder, and these little guides here which fit along the top here. There's also a pack of various bits of stock, brass and steel in all sorts of different shapes and sizes for the construction. It comes also with some fixings and some gaskets. The fixings they have supplied I'm not going to use. They are sort of, if you like, American standard threads on these, but I don't particularly like the heads of these screws. They're sort of like a cheese head screw slotted. So I've bought some BA screws, the nearest in size to these, which is for 5BA is a sort of about 1/8 of an inch, and I bought a pack of screws here with nice sort of like machine heads, and I think these will look a lot nicer on this engine than these will, so I'm going to use these. I've bought quite long ones so that I can cut them down to whatever size required. The screws also come with the nuts as well, and these are very, very nicely made ones. I've bought them from a company I've used quite a number of times before. They're based down in the West Country, and they actually manufacture these screws themselves, so these are British or English produced screws. Also I've got I bought this a little while back, a set of 5BA high-speed steel taps, brand new ones. The shaft on this is 1/4 of an inch. I've already got a 1/4 of an inch reamer, but I've bought another one as well to use with this kit. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on the base. There'll be a fair amount of milling required on this, and drilling of holes as well. There's quite a lot of machining work to be done on this. The first job was to clean up all the rough edges along here. I've already done this because it's not a very interesting thing to do and not a very interesting thing to watch, but I've gone round all the edges here and just filed them down so that they're sort of reasonable to touch. Nothing more than that, because this casting actually has a very, very rough surface to it. It's, I mean, I guess a cast iron sand casting, but it's left quite a rough appearance. And looking at videos that others have put out on YouTube in machining PM research kits, have said that although it might be a bit off-putting to see the finish of the casting, actually when it's painted it actually looks really nice. So I'm sort of quite happy with that, so that by doing a minimal amount of filing, I'm trying to leave not file it so it's absolutely smooth, as a lot of people do, but leave it looking a little bit rough so it blends in nicely with the rest of the casting. The worst bit to file was this end, because this is the biggest projection on the casting, so that needed quite a lot of filing down. So that one looks a little bit smooth, but I think once that's painted, it won't really notice too much. Then of course the cylinder is mounted above that, so you probably won't notice that too much anyway. What I will do when the engine is completed is probably mount this on a nice hardwood wooden base, as I've done with almost all of my engines, just to sort of give it a nice appearance once it's finished. So now I've cleaned this up, the next process will be machining the base here completely flat, so that there's no rock in it at all. And there are critical measurements on this for the position of these parts here where the followers are mounted, and the position here of the hole drilling through here for alignment with the cylinder, and also drilling through right through here and reaming for the spindle which will carry the flywheel as well. So that's obviously going to be a very critical operation to do. And I think also the measurements between the mounting on here and the centre part of the drilling here. It comes with a good set of plans here for the kit. What I have done is we've photocopied, the plane is absolutely huge, and it's really going to be a bit of a nuisance with a plane that large, and as I sort of pin it on the wall of the workshop. But I like to have the plane very close by to where I'm working. So what we've done is photocopied it in sections, and then I've put all those pages into a book, the sort of plastic folder actually, so I can go to each page and look in detail at what needs doing. So that's basically the first part, just to sort of really tell you what I'm going to be doing. I think the gap between making this video and the final one where we run it is probably going to take a very long time, because I want to take my time over doing this to get as much enjoyment out of it as possible. And of course there's lots of other projects I want to work on as well, so they'll be done in between times. And when I'm moving a little bit further on, I can then sort of start releasing single videos on this as I progress with it. So that's just to give you a bit of a taster of what is coming up. But you know, I'm really looking forward to building this. It's been a long time coming, but I really want to sort of make a start on it. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and hope to bring you sort of lots of little snippets. So what I'll do is treat each part as an individual little video as we progress along. Thanks a lot now. Bye for now.